Hello everyone, I am Plankera. Today, I'm going to continue cutting out this art of Shalom from Path to Nowhere, so I can turn her into a VTuber model. Last time I had gotten started on the code, and I'm going to continue doing more today. It's because yesterday I didn't sleep very well, so I didn't want, and once I finished the redrawing of the just main part of the code here, I wasn't feeling up to doing more complicated redrawing. But today, I am. So, that'll be nice. I can turn on some of these, I think. Oh yeah, I also wanted to cut this part out from this part, but I'll do that later. Alright. So I'm gonna go back to this part. So I cut out this part over here, and this, I don't know, zipper thing. And so now I need to draw it out of this part so that it is no longer showing here. I think having this locked is fine. Okay. I'm just going to start with my hard round brush, and we're gonna get in there. Yeah, that's right. I need to draw up here too, because this part is under the collar, and I need to have it go all the way across. This way the collar can move. That's kind of the joy of redrawing for rigging. Anything that I want to be able to move, I have to keep in mind what is underneath it and draw accordingly. And then some of this is just a little bit messy. Probably artifacts from when I had to upscale to make it a bit larger. Not much I can do to get around that. But it's alright, I'll just redraw that too and make it nice. Alas, I guess the shadow here is making it a little bit hard for me to see. So let's just hide it for now. Very important to be able to see clearly when doing this. Be able to tell what everything is and where it should all connect. Some of this is just shadow, so I'm debating on... I don't think I'm going to have this part move very much relative to this part, so I don't think I need to make a separate shadow layer like I did for this flap here, which is going to move a lot relative to the coat. So I'm going to let myself be a little bit lazy there. Strictly speaking, it's like, for best results, you pretty much want to separate the cast shadow from everything else as much as you can. But for my purposes, I think it's okay. Because it's like having all these things means that you can potentially do very nice animations, but it does start to get genuinely unwieldy after a while. when you just have to sift through 600 layers of stuff. It's, So I don't mind trying to keep things a little simple for the sake of my sanity. I do like to keep my life simple when I'm able to. It makes things less complicated. Alright. This part I guess I'll just continue up through here. And all of this in the middle I just kind of have to guess on. But fortunately I think it's all going to be in shadow, so I can just mostly make it this color. Yay. So I'll color over with this color, and I'll figure out the rest from there. Probably reference the original a lot and see where I think it might be nice to have some lighter parts. Probably up here, but for now, everything is black. Everything. So I'm gonna have this go and connect all the way up here, make a nice little triangle. And that should define the outer edge there. I'm gonna go ahead and hide the shirt here, just so I can see a little bit more clearly. Just like that. Okay, so that should define all the edges here. Okay, now I just kind of have to figure out what is in this middle part. And for that, let's take a look at the original. So for that, I'm kind of looking at what's on the edge here. And I don't have too many hints, but it looks like the reason that this area isn't black is just because there isn't as much shadow. So I think I can probably get away with mostly something like this. And then this inside part is lighter because technically it's part of the white part, but I think I do like having this little light spot on it, so I'm still going to keep something there. But I think this is mostly acceptable. I think I can just start blending this out. Okay. Good. I was hoping yesterday when I was like, okay, I don't think I want to attempt to do this right now while I'm half asleep. That it was just me being paranoid that this was going to be... and that it was going to be way easier than I was making it out to be. Phew. Nice when that works out. So now I'll just start blending it all in. And I'm definitely gonna have to redraw the line over there, but oh well. It happens. It'll be easier to shade it if I just don't worry about that edge too much. It's easier just to draw the lines after, since I can't easily put them on another layer or something. Signs that I am not used to doing line art. I'm just like, oh yeah, we did the line art last, right? We did the line art last, right? I mean, why would you do it first? You just end up painting over it. That'd be silly. Alright, so I just decided to do this top part first, because why not? I decided I felt like it, so I'm gonna do it. I have to do it all eventually, so I can do it in any order I want. Go. There we go. And I guess I'll continue this part. Let me check the original here. Okay, so no, this is just how this part looks. I do not need to make any changes. Okay, less work for me. Let's go. Just keep continuing on down. That is just exactly how that all looks. So I'll blend up here a little bit. Kinda let these fade into each other. The shadow colors. I just thought it'd be nice to have a little bit more color than this big abyss of black, but, you know, maybe not. It looks like this is maybe a little bit of a light color. Probably something just meant to go around this part. So I think I actually do want this part to be harder. And that's just what this looks like, so... yeah, something like this should work. Keep this little light spot there. And then if I... okay, so that's something I made up. But this I do want to go a little bit further out, I think. Let me find this, because this is kind of on the edge here. There we go. Oop. Something like that, and then I just fill the rest in. No problem. So yeah, it turns out this part was actually really easy. Since it's all just gonna be mostly shadow. Okay. And I think these guys are fine as is. Might add a little bit more presence to their shadows since, you know, they're like literally clipped onto the coat itself. I didn't really plan to separate their shadows any. So we can just add a little bit more presence here. And then I have to decide if I want to separate this. Let me think about how this is going to move for a second. It's going to be like flapping around a little bit. And this is upper body. So I do want to be a little bit more particular about how I cut things. In that case, it might actually be worth cutting off a little part of the back as well. Yeah, because I think I want to be able to, unlike a lot of the parts where I'm just not really caring that much about a certain amount of 3D effect. Just because, you know, it's a small piece. Small piece in a small area, especially if it's below the waist. It's just really not that big a deal. But this is going to be a physics object above the waist. Because I want it to flap around a lot. So that means I should probably take a little bit more care to it. So I guess I'll show you guys how absolutely bonkers you can get when you start subdividing it on every little bit that can get you a little bit of extra, I don't know, oomph in your model. So I'm going to turn these simple little guys from one layer, or I guess two, one for each of them, into 6 or 3 each. Alright, let's go. So this little shadow seems to be attached to here. I do think I still just want to keep the shadows with the button. I don't think it makes sense to make the drop shadows their own layer. It's like I am talking about how crazy you can get with separation, but look, I have my limits. Right. And then I'll pull that out of here. I think I can get away with just doing this to all of that since I just separated out the shadow. Just make it a solid color with a little bit of this extra light spot right here. Let's see, maybe it'll be a little easier to get from here. Yeah, there we go. Just pull that up there. As you can see, I take my redrawing efforts very seriously. I just want everything to look nice. Okay, and now when I put the button on, it should look okay. Just want to add a little bit more shadow around here. There we go. That should be fine. Alright, and in here, I want to just copy this part. But instead of cutting out anything here, this basically is just going to be mostly dark. So that this way, when I want this to rotate, like say I have this flapping in the wind this direction over here. It goes like, you know, flapping back and forth here. So now when the flap is facing closer towards us, like, you know, just if you can picture it turning in your head, I can use this as the back of the belt here and make it look like it's turning a bit more. Hopefully I described that clearly enough. It's a bit hard to demonstrate with just words alone, but that's what I'm thinking in my head. Alright, and I need to name all these layers. Oh no. Okay. So. I was bad and did not name them. Okay. Now we can do the next one. Unfortunately, that little bit of separation didn't take too long. It's just I don't like having a million layers to deal with. So I really like to think deeply about, should I make this another layer or not? This time, I'll remember to rename my layers. This time I will remember to name those layers. Okay. A little bit in there. Yeah, this is fine. Alright. Simple enough. And I think I just want to smooth out the shadows here a little bit. There we go. That should be good. And then I'll do the same thing here, where I just loop around, grab right up into that highlight there. And then we had the original one go in here, and we just take the shadow color and make it that color all the way through. Leaving the little bit of rim light here. That's fine. Okay. And with that, I think it's time. It's time to do the sleeve. We're just gonna do a ton of redrawing today. I've been putting it off, but no more. As redrawing everything I need to on the sleeve, honestly, maybe a little bit intimidating. Because there's a lot to it. Alright. So let's think about how I want to go about this. Now I have the sleeve group opened up. Guess we'll just take it piece by piece. Just start hiding everything. Okay, so we have that, and then we have these back pieces. I'll do the back pieces last. So we'll just start with these two. Yeah, that seems like a good place to start. Fortunately, for now, I don't really have to redraw anything outside of those layers. I'm just going to start with this bottom part here, and I'll worry about this top part after. Let's just start with eliminating these belts. This side looks a little bit simpler, so we'll start here. Oh, and they're mostly solid colors. They're not quite as gradated as this artist often makes them. That's nice. Just get in there and paint then. A little bit simpler than usual. I'm not worried about getting it perfect with this particular brush because I already know that I'm going to be going back over it with my airbrush, so it's fine. I'm just going through and getting everything down. Looks like I cut a little bit too much right here. It's alright. I'll just put it back. No big deal at all. Is that how it is on the original? Let's take a look. Yeah, it does just do that. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Just keep going up then. I'm not gonna worry about the line art yet. Looks like it just does this. Then I'll just erase anything that doesn't look clean. You can see. I just couldn't quite tell where the little strap belt thingy on here ended, so I'm just gonna smooth that out a little bit. And for the other side, really. Like I said, I'm not worrying about the line art yet, but sometimes drawing it out like this can help me figure out where things start and end. And make my life a bit easier in that regard. Help me figure out where I should erase and where I should draw. There we go. Just like that. Now I can go back to hiding it. Or locking it, I guess I should say. I'm not hiding it, I'm drawing on it. What am I talking about? Words are hard. See, this is why writers are great. They figure out how to use words to their advantage. And I'm just always impressed by people that can say things very clearly, say what they mean, and say it in a way that I can actually understand what they're talking about. Because that's not always easy. Not only just, knowing what you want to say, but knowing how to say it in a way that the other person will hear what you actually said, instead of, some collection of biases that they have making them hear it in a different way. Being able to avoid misunderstandings is quite the superpower. I'm a little jealous. Something like this. Okay. I guess I'll go back through and blend this all. And then I can do the other one. Here we are. Honestly, the fact that I couldn't immediately tell where I edited bodes well. I had to think about it for a second. Like, now that I see it, it's kind of obvious, but I had to think about it for a second. I will take that victory. I will definitely take that little victory. Just having to think about it means that I am succeeding to a degree in making it look like this isn't necessarily just a pure edit on my end, and that this is just how the art would look if these parts were shown. Because that's ultimately what I want in the end. Alright, and we are getting a few parts that just look a little choppy on the edge here. Probably from when I upscaled the image a little bit. I'll go and smooth those out a little too. Make everything look very nice and very smooth. So I'm sure, all these choppy lines here are not as the original artist intended. It just kind of happened. So I'll go fix them and make it all nice again. And I can see there's a little bit of line art here that I should go put back. I'll go ahead and blend some of these areas out a little bit. Is that a hole? That is not a hole. Most excellent. A bit easier to fix when it's not a hole, because then I don't have to unlock it and fill it in and do all this rigmarole. I just draw until it's the right color. Much easier. Alright. That's a hole, though. Can't have that. Especially with something that I think is going to be flopping a lot. Like, look, it's like with these big poofy sleeves, you know they're going to be flopping about as she moves around. If you've ever seen physics on VTuber models, it's like, that's just like required. It's like if you're not making something big and something that just looks like it'll blow in the wind. If you're not making it move a lot, it's like, what are you doing with your life? It's like half the fun of making VTuber models, of just making everything very physicsy. Okay. Once I replace this little bit of line art, I think that is this one redrawn. The other one looks like it's going to be a little bit scarier. Alright, other half of the sleeve it is. Let's get in there. And so I'm following kind of the shape of this, what looks like a fold here. Or at least trying to. This looks like some stuff caused by a pull in the belt here. So I'm doing my best to just kind of follow where those lines are going. I'm doing my best to understand what's going on here. So something like that. And I probably have shadows on the belt layer itself, so we're just gonna get rid of all this. Pull it all out. Oh, and I didn't completely cut this out yet, huh? Well, that's fine. I can do it right now. I can do that right now. No problem. Did I remember to get everything else? Looks like I did. Looks like I just missed that spot. That happens sometimes. It can be easy to get caught up in something and just miss something, and that's why, you know, sometimes artists accidentally draw characters with 4 fingers, or 6, or some other wrong number. Alright, so something like that there. I'll go in to get rid of all of these. Just using my hard brush for the time being, it's a bit easier. Sometimes I go directly into the soft brush, but when covering large areas like this, I do find it easier to start with a brush that has no opacity jitter on it. So no opacity tied to pen pressure or anything like that, just I go in, the color I'm painting with is the color that shows up. It gets rid of it nice and quick. Like so. And then I can just color pick from the surrounding area and follow the path. Let's see, how should this work out? I think there's like a dark spot through here, and then the rest is just this. As you can see, I'm not necessarily being super neat or anything, because I am going to have to go back over it and blend it anyway, so it's fine. I can be a little messy. It makes it so I can go through it a little bit faster. And even if I'm not necessarily in a hurry, it's like, if you can make it go faster, why wouldn't you? There's no point in just being slow on purpose. Alright, and then up here is definitely shadow from the, what is this? The flap of the collar here. So I think I want to continue this highlight all the way up. And yeah, that's right, I'm not using that black part if I can help it. This probably pairs with the highlight. A little bit of a more saturated color around it. Very common. And I think I'm okay with just keeping that black part. I'll just draw over it with this color for now. And then figure out what goes in the middle in just a little bit. Maybe something like this. A little bit of a lighter area over here. Darker area through here. And then we have this rim light going right across the top here. Something like this. This didn't have any of that, right? Yeah. So let's take a look, zoomed out. Does that look good? I think it does. I might add a little bit more color through here, but I think this is enough to get started. Yeah, I think so. Man, and then I have to get all these pieces underneath. I'm already tired. Just thinking about it. So many complexities in that sleeve, but oh man, it would be so nice if I could finish the top half of her coat today and just finally duplicate that over to the other side. Then I wouldn't have any big gaping holes in her character design. I still have to do the back of her hair, I guess, but whatever, it's fine. Point is, I would like to be able to have her other shoulder exist. Instead of kind of in the half-existing state that it currently does. Let me blend out some of this obvious artifacting here. Like, some of this I think is fine texture-y, like this is okay, but some of this is just clearly not supposed to be like that. And I'll do my best to kind of honor the folds here. Them all to where they need to be. And then try to keep some of these colors looking nice. As you can see here, this is another case where I'm not too worried about leaving the shadows just on it like this, because what's causing these shadows are these little bits that are like literally clamped onto the sleeve itself. So like these shadows, they might move a little bit, maybe, probably not much. Well, hello there, little goofball. How are you doing today? Oh yeah, like I was saying, they're literally clamped onto it, so even though the shadows are there, they're not going to move around too much, so I think I can just leave them. That's good. It's nice to see you again. We're doing sleeves today. I've been a little bit scared of the sleeve because there's a lot to redraw on them. But I think I got it most of the way through. I'm just kind of having to go through and blend all the colors now. This is the part where it can get a little bit tricky, because I kind of have to guess the original artist's intention and try to keep everything as close to how they did it as I possibly can. But I think I got this part about right. Should look pretty good once I turn on all the other layers. We shall see. It's like... ah. Well, I don't know very much about Castle Crashers, but there were a lot of... Are you looking for like a various types of jobs that often showed up in medieval society. As just some that I can think of off the top of my head would be like a tailor or a blacksmith. I can't think of the technical term off the top of my head, but the people that take care of horses. I guess they're ranchers. They might also do cows. And then if you really want to get abstract, you know, there'd be the people on the more artistry end of things, of dye makers, painters. Trying to find helmets. Well, it's like a blacksmith would make the helmets. Are you looking for people that wear helmets? I don't really know various types of soldiers very well. This is not my area of expertise. Different kinds of knights. Yeah, I only know about as far as a lot of strategy games go into. They really only differentiate between like infantry, cavalry, artillery, and that sort of thing. But I do not know proper names for them, nor do I know military strategy. Or how a lot of medieval battles went down. But I guess on the basic level, there'd be, you know, your basic ground guys. Some might have swords, some might have spears. Then you have, like, longbowmen. And the terrifying hail of arrows that they could bring over a battlefield. When they shoot from walls. Oh. That sounds cool. Like the sparkly golden type of yellow, or? Ah, sandy. Yes. Alright, I think I can follow this little light part all the way up now. There's just this little light area sneaking its way through. Little seam. Looks like this dark area doesn't go all the way up, but it has a little bit of a presence right here. So we'll send it all the way down too. A little bit of a bigger brush. Here we are. There we are. Okay. I guess it just ends there. I'll definitely have to reline this at the end, but that's doable. This tends to be one of the last things I do, just because it lets me use broader strokes when I'm painting everything else, and it's a bit easier to cover ground when I can use big strokes like that. Okay. That, and I didn't want to blend this right now. But now I guess it's time. It is definitely time. Okay. So we have this dark part that kind of goes up here. I think I'll have it go like this, because I think it looks good. Makes it a little bit more interesting than just a solid color back there. And then I can make it foldy. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And I just want to drag these colors up here. Blend them into this big area. There we go. That's perfect. And I definitely want to push really hard on my tablet for this highlight. Because this highlight, or this artist, has been making the highlights on this leather area very, very noticeable. And then on this side I want to blend it in more. But I wanted it very, very sharp on that side. It has been very consistent with highlights on this coat throughout the entire thing. So I think slowly but surely I am kind of learning some of this artist's quirks. It's been a very interesting study. I'm glad I did it. Like, I figured I'd learn a lot from really having to go hard and figuring out exactly how this artist's style works, but I'm definitely picking up a lot more than I thought I would. It's very interesting, a very, very cool exercise. Highly recommend it. For anybody that just wants to see how their favorite artists do things. Try copying them, or try turning their art into a VTuber model. Whatever sounds more fun. VTuber model is definitely way more time consuming, though. Another little foldy part right there. And, okay, there it is. There's that really light color. Wanted to grab that for this little edge here. That's been going all the way up. All right. And I'm happy because I think this is probably going to be the hardest part to redraw. The inner part of the code is going to be kind of hard too, but I think it'll be a little bit easier than this. It's because there's going to be less to redraw. So at the very least, even if I'm not going to be able to finish the code today, I will have all the hardest parts done, and it shouldn't take too much long when I go to draw tomorrow. Just finish the rest off. I'll just try to define these little folds again. I think some of them got a little bit lost here. I think this is looking all right. Might be about time to go back through and line everything. It's like I was saying earlier, you totally go through and do the line art last, right? This is what happens when somebody that doesn't normally use line art needs to use line art for something. Like, yeah, I'll just draw everything and then I'll put the line art on last. Oh boy. Who are you gonna draw? Ah. Alright. Good. I'll be very happy if you wanted to draw along with me. Even if you're not, you know, actively looking at the screen. Honestly, having a person draw along with me sounds much better than having people actually watch me draw. There we go. And then this area is a little bit choppy just because... probably from upscaling shenanigans again. I'll just smooth all that out a little bit. But yeah, I hope the nice piano music and maybe even the sound of my voice can make drawing a little bit more fun. No, I think it's better just to smooth out right here with the by erasing. There we go. Most excellent. Okay. Alright, and I think that's done there. So now I just have that part. So here, a lot of the time I've been saying that I've been okay with keeping some of these cast shadows on the same layer, or on the original layer there, just because the parts aren't going to move very much, but I think the sleeve is actually going to move a lot, so I'm actually going to not keep like any of the cast shadows either. I guess the first thing to do is to figure out how far out I want to go. We'll probably take here, let's take this color. I think I want to be like all the way out here. About halfway through the sleeve here. I'm just going to send them all the way up here. And then this side there's a lot less sleeve right now, so I'll just come all the way down. And then this black part at the bottom, I'll just send them out. There we go. So this should give me an idea of how much ground I have to cover, and yep, there's a lot of it as expected. As expected. This is why I was a little bit terrified of doing this part. Because I knew there was just going to be a lot to it. But here goes nothing. All I can do is kind of go through and color over it all. I'm just going to try to keep a lot of these colors as intact as I can. And then I'll figure out which should go over the belt parts. But I'm going to extend it left and right, mostly first. And that should make it easier to figure out exactly how the other parts should be, the parts that are covered up. Actually, this is more just something that does this. And the rest is just this color. Yeah. That looks better. Oh gosh, there's so much. There is so much. I'm definitely gonna have to switch over to a black background for a little bit just to make sure I get it all. And then this will be up here. And then I do think I will keep this dark color, the rest. I know that's just a result of shadow, but like at that point, it's like all connected together. So it should be okay. Alright. Let's turn to black. Just to fill in all the holes. And then I have to figure out a way to make this look good. Oh no! The real challenge has yet to begin. Let's see, I'll take this color and use that to fill in this area. I'll definitely want to smooth out the edge a little bit. Okay. Alright, let's just get this smooth and a little bit less lumpy. It can afford to be a little bit lumpy because most of this is just going to be underneath other stuff most of the time. It's just there if I need to show something. So I don't want to spend too much time smoothing it out. Just enough that it won't annoy me when I'm dealing with the art mesh. And I guess I will have it a little like that, and this should be fine. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And I'll worry about the bottom part after I finish figuring out the white part. Alright, we'll connect up here. Okay, so I think it's starting to come together a little bit. I think that the colors are still a bit more boring than they were in the original, which is kind of unfortunate. I think I can try to put some of those back in. I'll just have to pull some shenanigans. But I've gotten pretty good at pulling shenanigans with all this. Okay. So now that I have that part done, I think I can turn off the black background and start figuring out the black part. There's this little black part at the bottom. I assume it's just from the back of the sleeve. Going through the white part, because the white part is probably just a little bit, I guess, not as tall. Okay. So I guess I'll blend this a little bit. I'm not going to be too thorough about it because I think once I have this blended, I'm going to go back and start comparing to the original. But I want to get it started. And then at some point I need to steal the shadows from the original. So I want those cast shadows in a separate layer. And I didn't feel like separating them right now. And the shading on this was quite smooth from what I remember. I guess I can go check right now. It's like I'm going to be turning it on later anyway. But yeah, other than the cast shadow, it's all pretty smooth. I think I will put this on its own layer too. The cast shadow from the belt, that is. Just because, I don't know, I think it looks nice. And we have a big old floppy sleeve. And you want your physics stuff to look nice. People are so easily impressed by the cool physics stuff. It's kind of incredible. Maybe that's a bit of a mean way to put it. I didn't mean it to be mean, but for as easy as a lot of the physics stuff is, people really love it. To be fair, I do too. The physics stuff is so much fun. I really do look forward to bringing this into the rigging program. Alright, and the black will have its own cleaning. Because that's going to have a hard separation. It doesn't need to be blended into the white part. no idea if I'm doing this right, if I'm being honest. Okay, that's probably good enough for now. Just because I want to be able to compare it to the original a little bit more. And there. Okay. Time to run some comparisons. Honestly, I think this might be okay. Oh, sure. Let's just clean it up a bit more, and then we'll get those cache shadows in there, and that should fix all my problems. Yeah, I think that should fix a lot of problems. For now, I'll just get the colors really, really smooth. Smooth as silk. It's been a while since I've done very, very smooth shading on this model. This artist uses a lot more hard edges than I do, so well, at least with my softer styles. I guess I have styles where I use only hard edges, but yeah. Well, it feels nice to really blend them in. And I don't even mind keeping a little bit of the banding, just because this artist does that sometimes too. I can even keep this part a little bit harder, because it's like a little fold. And that seems like something this artist would do. Alright. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. Haven't gotten in those cache shadows yet, but based on how well this part went, when I did it on the coat from the flap, I'm honestly not that worried. Alright, let's grab them. Let's grab them. So we have a bit here. And then it comes down. I need to zoom out so I can get the whole thing in one go. I'm not going to worry about this one. But I will get this one. Alright, just follow it all the way down. I'm not going to worry about the part from the belt. That will get its own. And then just back up and around. Okay. Make sure I copy from the original. And then we'll just put it right back up there. Where are you? You're this layer, right? Yes. Yes, you are. Actually, no, you're not inside. You're on the inside. Yeah. That's a much more appropriate name. Alright, now I need to hide the original so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll just cut out the shadow parts. Fortunately, it's pretty hard. So just a standard hard edge eraser should be fine. And I can fix it up however I need to, once everything is cut. And I do not want any line art on this. This is a shadow. So I want to eliminate all of it. Although I guess I don't have to get too clean on that side because I am going to extend it to the right. And in fact, I'm probably going to copy and paste it over to the left side as well. shadows everywhere. And I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm going to switch to a black background. Yeah, you can see I missed a lot of stuff I needed to cut there. But now I can see. Unfortunately, I can't see the black side now, so I'll have to do something about that once I come back to doing the other side. But this is fine for this side. Try to get rid of as many stray pixels as I can. It'll save me some effort later. And I do try to be kind to my future self when I can. It's like I'm pretty sure my future self is gonna be having a hard time always, because life is hard. So anything I can do to make her life a little bit easier is, tends to be worth doing. Maybe. Alright. All the way down. Okay, now I'll go back to gray so I can head out the black side. This side is not going to be as clean about, but I do want to get a little bit of it. Okay, that should be fine. Now then, just come back up to the coat layer. Let's see how it looks on this. With the layers on. Yeah. That's pretty nice. Alright, I'm gonna want to extend this out a bit. Actually, I guess before I do that, I should get the black part on this layer. Oh, and I missed a spot over here. There we go. Well, that would have been a silly mistake. Alright, just smoothing out that black part. Get that little light spot that's right here for reasons I'm not sure about, but it's there, so I will keep it. Alright, let's extend this out to about where this ends. Okay, if I go a little bit over. But it gives me a pretty good idea of where I should end it. Okay. So this is part of the coat that I need to edit out. Probably around this color. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be pulling a lot of colors. A little inconvenient, but that's okay. Just trying to match the shadow colors used here. I'm gonna go up and do some easier parts. And I'm having a little trouble seeing, so I'm gonna switch back to black. Black background. And give myself a bit of an easier time. Extend this a little bit higher than I need to. A little phlegmy this morning. It seems like the plants in my backyard are going at it and giving me allergies again. Allergies are rough. This is why winter is better, because then everything is dead. It's very nice. I don't have to worry about random stuff just clogging your throat and your immune system freaking out for no reason. I do look forward to the day that we finally understand enough about allergies to make a proper cure for them. Medical science is advancing at a pretty rapid rate lately, and it's been a very interesting time. I haven't been able to keep up with it all. Sometimes it just seems like there's so much going on in the world that you really can't keep up with it all. Alright, looks like down here we're starting to get darker again. So I'll switch to darker colors. I think we're about at the point where I can start thinking about locking the layer and blending it all in. What is that anyway? Like, that's definitely not the part of the original. Is there like this random black spot on the original? Let me check my other reference. Nope. It must be from that. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't look like that. That's just from mid-tier cutting. Okay. So I guess just that spot needs to be covered up now. It looks like I got most of the rest here. And then we can start blending it. And making everything look nice. Okay, that should be good. And I can hide this layer so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And I think I'll switch back to a gray background. I do prefer working on gray as much as I can. I always find it a little bit easier to see in. A little bit easier on the eyes. And wetter black. Okay, and before I get too deep into blending here, I want to take one more look at the original. Is it all blended fairly smoothly? Like, there's a little bit of banding and stuff. Like, I do see a pretty clear split here, but for the most part, yes, it's pretty smooth. So I can just go in and do my thing. Don't have to be super concerned about where each color goes, or making folds, or all that good stuff. I can just draw. I'm just smoothing out this edge a little bit, and it's bothering me. And if it's bothering me now, it's probably going to bother me when I start meshing it and all that stuff. Oh no. There we go. I want to affect that edge a little bit, the right edge a bit less, so I'll leave it like that. That should be fine. And now I can just smooth everything out in whatever way makes me happy. Because no matter how hard art gets, in the end it should still make you happy. And if it doesn't, I think something has gone horribly wrong. There we go. Grabbed the wrong color there, but easy enough to fix with a quick Control-Z. That is one thing that'll speed up your process, not necessarily the undo, but properly using your keyboard shortcuts. Like when I draw, I tend to have one hand actually drawing, and the other hand is just on my keyboard, ready to hit whatever button I need for a particular shortcut. Alright. Now I think I want to do something similar here. Let me check the original because I do feel like it's not quite the same. I think I probably got rid of a harder line that should be there. No, I think it's just the other pieces. Okay, no, we're good. Anyway, like I was saying, I wanted to duplicate this and bring it over here. I'm going to hide this, and then I'm just going to use the liquefy tool to push this over so it matches the shape of this side. And I'm gonna push this over where it can't be seen for the right now. But this way, if I happen to need a shadow for this side of the coat, I will have it. That's inner. This one that I want is... yes, inner. Okay. Just want to make sure I give it a good name. And then it can go hide over here. There we go. Alright, let's go bring over the belt shadow now. Because I actually kind of liked this one. I thought this little bit at the bottom here looked nice, so I kind of wanted to keep it. Just right about there. This is why I always keep a copy of the original intact, because it makes it easy to pull things from it if you see something that you like. I want it right there. Okay. Now let me find that layer. I think that's you. Yes. And we're gonna call it your shadow once I find the layer. There it is. Okay, now we'll go back to hiding the original and hiding a bunch of layers so I can see what I'm doing. The usual. And I do think I'm gonna need to do a lot of color switching to... no, I can't do this on black. I do it on white. Yeah, looks like I can do it on white. That's good. Okay. This one doesn't need to be extended that much, but I do want it to be about the same width as the layer it's supposed to be a shadow for. So that means sending it about this long and this long. And that should be good. Okay. And I'll just get the colors in, and then we can blend them together, as always. This should be fairly quick and simple. It should be pretty simple. Okay. And now I think I can just pull colors. And kind of blend them right away. Didn't I have this locked? Apparently I didn't. Nope, hopefully I didn't color outside the lines too much. I'm just kind of guessing on what colors will go where, but I think this is probably good enough. Let's take a look here. Maybe I will put this one on top. And then where's the belt? Yeah. That looks pretty nice. And then I guess before I do much else, I'll start drawing the backs of things here. At least this one. Just because it looks like it's mostly a solid color, so it doesn't look like it'll take that long to extend out. I probably just wanted to do something like this. This part can go up here a little bit. Extend down like that. And then this will curve kind of like this. There. And that should give me plenty of room to do everything I need. Alright. Well, yeah, it looks like it's mostly solid colors, so easy job for me. Easy job. I can just fill this in here. And there we go. It's already pretty much done. Just gotta fill in the other part. And make sure this bottom part is smooth. Definitely want to make sure the bottom is smooth, because that'll make it much easier to use this piece once I'm moving stuff around. Looks like there's a little purple part there. I'll leave it there. It's not hurting anyone. But I don't think I need to extend it out at all. It really does look like this is just one solid color. With lines. Yes, I guess it does have a little bit of line art. And I'll smooth that out. Make this little shadow nice and pretty. And then there is a little bit of line art on the bottom here. Okay, that should be good. This is just the back of the belt, but I'll go ahead and draw that now. Where's the belt anyway? Oh, I still have that here. I guess I'll cut it out there before I start redrawing it here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I just want the whole thing out. Okay. And now I can extend this just to give me a little bit more room. I think I want it kind of like going out this far. This should be plenty of room. And then down about this far. That should be plenty of room. And once again, it looks like this is all just a solid color for me. So I get to have an easy time. All I gotta do is worry about the line art. Alright. Now I can hide the belt layer and try to clean up down here a bit. Just like that. Okay, and that's that done. So I think I have, like, the scariest parts all done. I just need to... Okay, I just need to actually go through and cut out all these tiny pieces now. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and do the redrawing on the belt here. I don't think I need to separate... Well, of course I don't need to separate it on this layer because this layer isn't the one that will have it. That's the layer that would. So let's just go ahead and start drawing over this. A lot of the spots here actually are mostly solid colors. That's very unusual from what I've seen from the rest of what this artist was doing. But I greatly appreciate it. Oh man, it's so much easier to just draw over it all when I don't have to be matching like half a dozen different colors every step of the way. This one has a bit more complexity on the top though. That's okay. That is definitely okay. Let me see how this looks with the belt on top here. Okay, let me see. What are you? Oh, do I already have the button separated out? Okay, well, I guess past me made the decision. So it looks like this. It's probably a bit more like this. There we go. That should... Yeah, that should do it. Let me hide this for that time being. And that. Okay. Now I can go back through and draw the rest. And it looks like I just didn't cut this part out all the way. But that's okay. I can do it right now. All of these parts are kind of small, so there's just less to say about them. But, you know, in the end, each part has to be done. You can't skimp out on anything if you want everything to look good. You gotta put in all the detail. Alright. And I think once I fix some of the line art I broke, that'll be good here. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to finish the coat today, but I'm making pretty good time with the rest of these small parts, so maybe I will be able to. That'd be pretty cool. A little bit on the top, it looks like. I still need to fix the line art up here. There we go. Alright, now I just gotta redraw here. But there's not very much to redraw, it's just a little spot that covered over the belt loop. Or that the belt loop covered, I guess. Like I'm a little bit dyslexic. Sometimes I think backwards. Or I speak backwards. Might be more accurate. Huh. Just drawn on the wrong layer at some point. Okay, and if I separated out the button, that does mean I need to get rid of it on this layer. Probably just go straight into airbrush. These are some pretty hard shadows. Actually, I had that shadow separated, so I don't need it here. Okay. And I think I will soften the shadow just a little bit. No, I definitely don't want to do it like that, though. Okay. Looks like I caught it fast enough that just a quick undo was enough. Okay, and it looks like I did separate out the button there, so I do need to get rid of it on here. Man, I was really thorough when I was cutting this. I'm surprised. Normally I'm a little bit less thorough on tiny little things like this. I'm not sure how I feel about my past self's decision, but the decision has been made, so I will roll with it. Alright. And then I'll soften the shadow here. Just so it blends in a little bit nicely again. Alright. And that's the last bit for here. I think I still have to do the back of that here. I just wanted to see how everything else shook out before I started it. But there's not a lot I need to do here. Just extend it out to the side a little bit, and it looks like it's even a solid color. Huzzah. So that means not very much work for me at all. Alright. So let's turn on this entire little group here. And see how it all looks. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. Let me turn on the back that's way down here. Yeah. That all looks like it'll fit together nicely. I want to draw a little back on this side too. Will the sleeve ever twist that direction? Probably a little. Let me see. Let me turn the rest of the sleeve on too. Yeah, I think I probably do want a little piece in the back there. Okay, so... Left. Ah, yes. Very specific. Hopefully future me will know what I'm talking about. But this isn't the first time I've named layers like this, so it should be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, now I just gotta turn off all these layers again, so I can fill it all in. There we go. And I'll draw it just like this one. A little light spot on the top. And then a line. And that'll let me twist the sleeve the other direction too. Alright, now I can start doing these thingies. Oh man, these things are the last things. So it looks like I'll be able to get through the coat sleeve if I'm fast. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be fast enough but I don't know. These things are really quite simple. Just these random clips on her sleeve here. And it's like they're small, so there's not a lot to them. think I can probably just go in straight with the airbrush, honestly. I'm pressing the control button too fast. My computer tries to help me by saying, hey, your cursor's over here. I'm like, I know, I'm just spamming. I'm sorry, computer. I didn't mean to make you worry. Alright, that should be good. And then on these ones, I just want to get rid of that shadow and continue around here. And it looks like I'll need a little bit of line art. Yeah. Well, that's no trouble at all. And then maybe extend this part out a little bit down here before I do line art. Make it a little bit more plump through there. I think this looks a little bit more correct. And this I don't think needs much redrawing at all. There's just like this little gap here I need to get rid of. Okay. There's 1 out of 4. There's only a few little parts in here. Oh yeah, I don't think this will take very much time at all. With this degree of separation, I should be able to create some neat effects with them while I move the sleeve around. And I can even leave it a little bit rough like that, and it makes kind of a cool texture on the metal, so... that means I can be lazy and cool. The best combination. Okay, I might need to hide the rest of the sleeve for this. I can't quite see what I'm doing. It does get a bit annoying to turn the layers on and off, though. There's just a lot of them. There's just so many layers, man. Alright, I think that shape looks alright, so... go ahead and find the line art color. And put it on down. Hold on, I need to check something on the previous one. Make it the back. I think the back looks fine. Okay. I was just worried when I saw this right here, but I think this actually looks okay, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just need to maybe fix just a little tiny bit right there. There we go. And I think I just want to fix a tiny little bit of the shadow right through here. Oh, congrats! I am probably going to have to end soon, so maybe best to look at it tomorrow. That'll give you some time to make any finishing touches that you want. I'm just trying to get these last little middle bits here done because I'm really determined to finish the sleeve today. Well, I mean, you can always re-upload it. It's fine. If you want. But it's okay. I'm just rushing to the finish line, trying to get this last little bit done. Because these parts are very tiny. Except the last one, which I'm gonna have to probably, like, redraw in its entirety, and I'm a little terrified. I'm not sure if I can do that in 15 minutes, but we'll see. I'll do my best. I do look forward to seeing it. I wasn't really determined just to finish this last little part. I'd take a look right now. Okay. Yeah. And it's like I'm almost at the end. I don't want to just leave it half done. Oh god. Yep. I'm gonna have to, like, redraw a lot of this, I think. Okay, well. Let's see if I can't make my life easy and steal something I already did. See if I can line it up with this. Heck yeah. That's really close. In fact, I think I can just take it and just alter the colors. Let's see here. No, I want this name. Yeah. Oh, that's very nice. I was concerned for a little bit. I may not be able to do it, but it's looking pretty likely. 'Cause sometimes all you gotta do is cheat. Makes everything better. Okay. There we go. And then I just edit this part out. I did get all that down there, right? Okay, I did. And I probably want to get rid of the shine. Put more of this color up here. Okay. That should be okay. Well, this is a mess. Let's see here. I have to draw some of this. Some of this I think is just from transparency artifacts from upscaling, but did have to draw a little bit of that. Make it look nice. Yeah, same with down here. You can see a little bit it got broken through there. All right. I think I'll extend this little dark part out here. Okay, looks like I'm gonna make it. Heck yeah. I do want to stop in 10 minutes. I need to get food. I'm getting hungry. Little stripe pixel right there. With the line art on this, that's pretty much going to be it. And then I can turn on all of the sleeve layers. And it will just be done forever. Okay, looks like a little piece needs to be redrawn over here. Just a little one. Okay. I think that's just what it looks like, so a lot of them do go a bit further. Maybe I should extend it a bit further. Just kind of copy the other one down there. This part. And over here. Commentary is getting a bit simple here because what I'm doing is a bit simple. I'm just looking at the shape over here and copying it over to here. And then a dark line down the middle. Trying to keep the perspective where I can manage it. Okay, and then I can take my airbrush and kind of make that look a little bit nicer. Add a little bit more like this. There we go. That should do it. Okay. Can I turn on all the sleeve layers and have it look nice now? I think it might be time to turn on all the layers in general. Just because I think that is indeed where I will stop for today. And it looks like I did indeed manage to finish the sleeve. It is all cut out. And redrawn. That took a little while. Alright, let's turn all those layers back on and see how we're doing. Shirt, arm, or parts. Oh, that's exciting. I have, like, all the super scary parts done now. So yes, I think that's where I will end for today. So thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, any creative pursuits you can think of, feel free to message or at me at Twitter and Instagram, and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. So, I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. Oh. And, yes, this means that I will actually open up your art tomorrow if you stop by. I'll just, take a look at it next time you stop by, and I'll leave some comments.